Virginia gubernatorial candidate Bob McDonnell is backpedaling over his college master's thesis that some are calling bigoted and old-fashioned.
Among the things he described, working women and feminists as detrimental to the family.
Every level of government should statutorily and procedurally prefer married couples over cohabitators, homosexuals, or fornicators. The cost of sin should fall on the sinner, not the taxpayer.
And he also describes as illogical this 1972 Supreme Court decision legalizing the use of contraception.
Wow, when did he write this? 1875? No, 1989.
Tim, you start. Why should this be an issue? It happened 20 years ago.
Well, it's different from your usual, paper written by a politician as a student. He was 34 years old when he wrote this.
34 years old. It wasn't a youthful indiscretion.
I think one of the things that they look at is the fact that a number of these points that you made, you did carry through in the General Assembly. You know, things like the covenant for marriage, abortion restrictions, that type of things. And so perhaps the fear is that some of those other things may be on your mind as well, considering this is something that you wrote as a 34-year-old. This wasn't right out of, college when you wrote this either.
Well, listen, my opponent is trying to make that an issue, looking 20 years backward.
He brought it up in an interview saying that he'd done his thesis on welfare, and then reporters looked it up and found these interesting and very controversial, and some might even say hateful, comments from him.
And he's continued in his record as a Virginia state legislature to pursue some of the policy points that he outlines in this paper.
McDonnell, the Republican candidate, voted against a resolution in support of ending wage discrimination between men and women. I'm just wondering whether any Republican, and even if you're not in Virginia, know nothing about this race, can any candidate win after having written something like this, that working women are detrimental to the family?
He takes a shot at working women. He calls them detrimental to the American family. McDonnell said this weekend that his take on issues over the years has changed, in particular what he wrote about women in the workplace. He said that was an academic exercise and it doesn't reflect his current views. It better not.
And this morning he released a statement saying that he had moved on, but not really specifying where and how.
Now, since 1989, like most people, my views on a number of things have changed.
Really? I mean, do you think people will believe that?
Amanda, I think you would agree that a lot of Republicans, though, were not thinking, even during the Reagan era, that working women were a detriment to the family. So is what McDonnell is saying now, is that enough?
Even Governor Tim Kaine says it raises serious questions about his plan for Virginia.
People who suspected that Bob McDonnell had views like this now are confirmed.
And local working moms say McDonnell's old ideas about women's roles are just that.
To just have the male do it, I mean, like I said, I feel like it's just a bigoted or biased way to look at it.
I think it's great if women can stay at home, though. I would love to stay at home, but we just financially can't do that.
I'm just wondering whether any Republican, and even if you're not in Virginia, know nothing about this race, can any candidate win after having written something like this, that working women are detrimental to the family?